All right, gents, last one. We're going to put in this little wrinkle. This is going to be what we're going to call nickel. So we've talked about empty backfield and automatically switch into a quarters coverage. This is going to be a play that we call outright, where we have the intention of doing that and lining up this way. If you'll notice, there's some differences, right? The tackles are going to be down. They're going to be in a one technique, each of them covering the A gaps. The ends are going to be going around. They're lined up in a 5 technique, covering around, crashing down if we need to. We're going to be a little bit vulnerable. The middle linebacker is going to have to watch both B gaps, right? But who's also going to have to watch both B gaps, the free safety and the strong safety. They're going to have to be ready to come up and support the run in this situation. So that's where we're going to be vulnerable, because we're basically going to have everybody dropping back. So if I call the nickel, then essentially what's going to happen is whoever the weak side inside linebacker will come out of the game. This will be a personnel change. I'll send in somebody. Most likely it'll be Maddox. If we call this, we'll have Maddox line up at one of the corners, Caden line up at one of the corners, and then we'll have Tristan and Sky back in the back as the safety positions. Right? We'll have Tristan and Sky at the safety positions. Everything else is the same. Basically what we're going to do on this is we're going to still get our bump on everybody, and then we're just dropping back. You're going to jam them up, and then you're just going to drop them back. Corners, same job, right? mod. So man over, if they go outside or deep, you're with them the whole way, right? If they cut across, then it's a middle call. These guys have got to know, my outside linebackers and my middle linebacker have got to know that that's what's going on. The safeties have got to be ready to come up in that situation. Also, what we're going to do, because we're on the strong side over here, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But essentially what this is a wide zone where we are super intentional about guarding the pass. So if they get down, when we get up by a lot, they're going to probably go to this empty set and start throwing. We just know that we're real heavy here. So you're going to see the lion and the rhino. They're going to have this area here, same as you would, if you were the strong side. You'll have the flat curl area here in that 8 to 12 yard range. Flat curl area in the 8 to 12 yard range. Got the middle linebacker is going to be here in 8 to 12. The free safety and strong safety in the corners. In this situation, unless somebody runs by you, I want you to about that 15-yard mark so you can come up and help. I don't want us to drop all the way back. What we saw in some game film that we watched, and if you guys will notice, what Hillcrest did is they dropped everybody back like 20, 25 yards, and they just threw all day long up underneath. That's not what we want. We want to make sure that we're putting pressure on them. But the key to any of this tonight, or the key to any of this whenever we play on Friday, is that if they get one of those dink and dunk passes here, right, we've got to come up and put a smack on them, right? We've got to make the open field tackle. We cannot miss an open field tackle and let them turn a 3-yard catch into a 30-yard gain. It can't happen. That's got to be, one of our areas of emphasis. But yeah, I definitely want you guys to be aware that this is something that we might go to. This will be a cold play. This will be, I'll literally send in the personnel change and everything, which is different than if we're in cover 3 sky or cover 3 cloud and they come out in an empty backfield. We've already talked through what we're going to do in that situation. So this is our nickel. That's what we're going to call it, nickel. We'll work out the signs before the game so that everybody knows what they are. And then, again, let me know if you have any questions. And the interior tackles are going to have to do some selection on the gaps that they're in according to what we're doing here this week. So I need you guys to pay attention to these videos and check out exactly where you're going to be. Linebackers help them out. All right, folks, I know it's weird doing it this way, but in lieu of us not being able to practice, I think this is better than nothing. So if you have questions or concerns or you're confused, message me. You can put it in the Sports U, because if you have a question, somebody else has a question, they just don't want to ask it. Put it in the Sports U. I'll answer it the best that I can. If there's something that I've missed or you guys have, different things about other kinds of scenarios that we haven't talked about, let me know. But essentially, this is a zone. If they motion or anything out of this, we're still just dropping back. It doesn't change anything really for what our responsibilities are. All right. If you guys got questions, let me know. Thanks.